A man's jealousy towards a woman always reflects his inaction and weakness. He senses a threat, but ignores the reasons behind it. The more you deceive yourself and endure it, the more jealous you become. Somehow, society believes that the more jealous you are, the more you love a woman. But that is a lie. Jealousy is a reflection of your own unresolved state of mind. Fighting jealousy is as absurd as trying to fight a headache while drinking alcohol every night. The solution isn't just drinking a bottle of mineral water or taking a painkiller. It requires making a decision that will change you, that will change your life. A man who is jealous does not actually see himself as worthy of the relationship. It takes no great effort to make your life tense and unbalanced through jealousy. All it takes is a few key components. The foundation of jealousy is self-deception. A man assigns non-existent values to a woman just to justify his own dependency. The second essential component is competing for the woman, fearing that someone else will take her first. But in doing so, you completely devalue yourself. That is no longer a relationship. It is a competition for an illusory, non-existent prize. And in such a battle, there are no winners. At its core, jealousy is the anticipation of betrayal. Every man has found himself in a situation where he is jealous but has no idea how to act correctly. Popular psychology aggressively opposes jealousy. It looks at you with disappointment and tells you that jealousy is a pathology you must eliminate. It even blames you, saying that your jealousy and the negative emotions it brings are what destroy the relationship. It tells you that the woman did not give you a reason to be jealous. You made it all up yourself. It tells you that it doesn't matter that she was in a nightclub and then got escorted home by an old classmate. It tells you that your jealousy stems from childhood trauma and insecurities. Popular psychology portrays the one who is being restricted as a victim, even if those restrictions are meant to prevent self-destructive behavior. It claims that limitations ruin relationships, that restrictions are evil, and that freedom is good. By this absurd logic, maintaining moral standards is not what strengthens relationships, breaking them does. It suggests that men should compete with each other to see who can tolerate a woman's self-destructive behavior the most. They tell you that if a woman is rude, vulgar, or provocative towards you, it's actually a test to see how dominant you are. And to pass the test, you must act as if none of it bothers you. She dressed provocatively and went to a corporate event. No problem. That's just a test of your manhood. By this logic, a real man doesn't care how many other men are interested in his woman. But I can tell you with absolute certainty, any display of jealousy is the easiest way to put yourself in a weak position. Even Dostoevsky wrote that a jealous man always forgives, and every woman knows that. But I have one question. Why should I tolerate all this? And an even more important question. What is the purpose of tolerating it? I've heard the same argument from many men. If it weren't for the kids, I would have left her immediately. But I can't now. In my opinion, that is an illogical approach. When you have a casual relationship with a woman you just met, this logic applies. Because in that case, you don't care what she does. But the closer you are to a woman, especially if you're building a family, the stricter your expectations should be. If the only reason you can't leave her is that you have children together, then that means the children are being used to legitimize her unacceptable behavior. It means that you, with your own hands, are teaching your children that such behavior is normal and acceptable. The real problem here is that you don't see yourself as a worthy husband. You could have gone to the movies with Kate, taken a trip with Mary, or walked with Emma, being completely free and enjoying your time as you pleased, but instead, you chose a serious relationship with this particular woman. A family is like that joke where a child asks his father what it's like to get married, and the father replies, "Delete all the songs from your playlist except one, and you'll understand." Even at the beginning of a serious family-oriented relationship, you are already making sacrifices and giving up many things. A problematic woman ignores and devalues all of that. On top of that, through her actions, she tries to convey the message that she's actually doing you a favor by being with you, as if she has a million other options. The man, in turn, willingly falls into this trap, trying to live up to his queen's expectations. Now, here's a short guide on what to do. First, under no circumstances should you try to prove to a woman that she is behaving incorrectly. Talking to her about it is not only pointless and unproductive, but also a sign that you are not ready to act. If you were truly convinced that this behavior was unacceptable, you would simply leave the relationship in silence rather than arguing about it. Otherwise, she will quickly realize that you're bluffing. Second, a woman who gives you a reason to be jealous does not care about the well-being of your relationship. Stop reminiscing about how happy you were years ago. Back then, you were simply her main source of dopamine, and your connection was based on temporary feelings. That hormonal influence made you believe that she was listening to your every word. Now, she has no feelings left, which means no amount of talking will change anything. Third, if you sense the threat of betrayal, if jealousy arises, that means you have already felt it. This is no longer your problem. If you think something is wrong, then something is wrong. She is the one who created the crack in trust, so it is her responsibility to rebuild it. She must create a relationship environment so clear and secure that you no longer have any doubts. If she can't, or won't, then why do you even need such a woman? Fourth, stop justifying her behavior in your mind. Don't hide your own weakness. Don't romanticize things by talking about love and emotions. Don't use feelings as an excuse to mask your insecurities. Your relationship will never be the same as it was before. Accept that. You now have only two options. The unlikely scenario. It was all a misunderstanding, and she unintentionally made you jealous. In this case, she will immediately try to clear things up and regain your trust. If she values you, she will find a way to fix everything. Instead of getting angry and arguing, simply take a position that gives her the chance to make things right. But if you decide to reconcile, you must never bring this incident up again or hold it against her. The far more common scenario, she starts blaming you instead, justifying herself while demonstrating indifference and distancing herself from you. This means that, whether you like it or not, you will eventually break up. There is no other outcome. If a woman believes that jealousy is a sign of a man's weakness, then know that she consistently violates the moral code of the relationship and dislikes being called out for it. She wants to change your worldview so that she doesn't have to limit her own personal pleasures. I truly hope that after watching this video, you will finally stop playing Sherlock Holmes, trying to catch her in the act. Jealousy makes you dependent on her. Jealousy weakens you. A jealous man enters detective mode, convincing himself that he's looking for proof to end things once and for all. But in reality, all that social media monitoring and surveillance is just a way to avoid taking action. If you've started investigating, it means the trust between you has already evaporated. And if the trust is gone, the relationship has no future. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But what we do know for certain is that you need to improve yourself. First, shut off the emotional part of your brain that romanticizes everything. Then, activate your logical side. Analyze the facts objectively, understand the real cause and effect relationships, and plan your next move from a position of strength. Our online lectures will soon be available for purchase on our website. Stay tuned for more details, and don't miss the chance to take your knowledge and skills to the next level. Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more valuable insights and tips. Also, make sure to follow us on our social media accounts linked in the description for exclusive updates, discussions, and content. See you in the next video.